Today I'm going to do a video on how I do floor sweeps in my tanks. I get questions all the time or statements that how do I keep detritus and fish waste from building up anywhere? Well, I gutted the tank, pulled everything apart, put some temporary plumbing together so you guys could actually see for a demonstration how I keep my tank completely clear of detritus. Now, I won't lie, you guys are going to have a pretty good sized pump to do the same thing I do, if you choose to do what I do. But nevertheless, you could do this with the FX6, you could do it with Suns, you could do it with anything. You just have to use a couple things. Number one, you're going to need one of those. Now, I set this up so you guys can see the water flow. I don't run this particular setup, both of these in my tank. I only run one. All my plumbing's actually painted the same as the background, which is another story that I can get into at a later date, but of how I do that. But it's all hidden, and it's hidden by ledger rocks, and the ledger rocks you guys can get from Universal Rocks. But this is how I create a floor sweep, is what I call it. Basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to push the water in a circular motion. Doing it from back to front does not work. And the reason it doesn't work, at least in this application, is that here is my overflow box, which is hidden by the overflow cover, which is integrated into the background. At this end, there is a wet dry return pipe, and there is the inlet for the ocean clear filters. So again, let me pan out. I'm trying to create a circular motion from one end to the other. And the reason I'm doing that is that I want either it to go into the overflow box, secondary, but really what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it to go into that inlet right there. And that's the mechanical side that goes to the ocean clear. So we are basically creating a circular motion, pushing the water there. It actually pushes against the wall, comes back down around, and gets pulled into that inlet, or it comes all the way back up, circulates, and goes either back through the system or into the overflow box. So when I do this, and this is how I distribute the water on almost any tank I do, maybe a little different configuration, but as a whole, this is how I do it. I end up with zero detritus. I don't have to vacuum any gravel, any sand. The only thing I end up with is a section like this, which you can see there's some algae built up. And it happens about every 3 months, I go in and I pull everything out, move the sand around to get that stuff out of there, to do a 100% clean. And when I do that, I still don't have any debris kicking up in the tank. It stays crystal clear. I don't have detritus building up in corners. And I blew this apart this morning. It's been apart maybe for an hour. Anyway, that's how I do it. Have a good one.